Oh, what a wonderful day it's been today. I am on my way home. By home, I mean Ontario, actually, right now. Left Scioto Downs. You know, before we get into the racing today, there's a number of you making your way to Scioto Downs for Saturday evening's racing coming up, the Next Generation races. I would encourage you to book reservations for the Guy Fieri's restaurant at Scioto Downs. It's across from Brew Brothers. I don't love Brew Brothers. I'm not making fun of the place. It's just not for me. But the Guy Fieri's place is amazing. The food was great. Now, hold up. Garlic bread. I got garlic bread and the rigatoni. I will tell you this right now. The waitress, very nice lady. I said rigatoni. It says spicy. Yeah, spicy. Now I got a 6-hour drive ahead of me. She goes, it's not spicy at all. Liar. That is a lie straight through and through. It is quite spicy. But not like burn your mouth off spicy, just like after about 8 or 10 forkfuls of the pasta, your head is just broke out in a sweat. That type of spicy. But it was fantastic. I've only eaten there one other time, and I was actually in a hurry today. I was going to say I was in a hurry then. I was in a hurry today also. I wanted to get on the road. I didn't want to get home too late. So I had charted my route back to Ontario and then looked for restaurants along the way, and it said Guy Fieri's is 4 minutes away. I said, since when? When did this happen? I didn't know that they opened one in the casino over there. I'm not really a slot machine player, so I don't spend much time over there, and I'm not a avid advocate for Brew Brothers. I think it's okay food. If that's what you're in the mood for, it hits the spot. But when I come down to the Columbus area, there are so many good restaurants. Well, there is just everywhere I've been in Ohio, but definitely in Columbus. You're 17 minutes from a multitude of, if not 5-star, right on the cusp of 5-star restaurants. So there's just, to me, there's no need to go to a Brew Brothers. Makes no sense. But the food tonight was fantastic. The racing was great. Now that that's over, now, again, it wasn't too hot because I felt good. I know after I felt the sweat forming behind my ears and my digestive system said, now what did you just do? What did you just do? After a couple of minutes, it was okay, and actually it's settling in really good now. Maybe this is helping. That's right. I'm still rocking the iced vanilla latte with the strawberry cream. Oh, it's very good. Now, let's get down to business here. We qualified 2 horses today. I didn't make much mention of the horses qualifying because I didn't really know how that would go, right? My expectations for Bluebird Tuxedo Hill were minimal. He had trained in 2.8. I was expecting a mile in 2.5, but when you get up to the quarter in like 33 and a piece, 2.5 is just unattainable for a horse that is just turning that corner. Now, Bluebird Tuxedo Hill would be in the range of how our horses were maybe 10 days to 2 weeks before the open house. He was sick. He had missed a little bit of time. Remember, his blood work was all screwed up before the open house, and we had to scratch him. So he is where the horses were maybe 10 days before that. He'd missed some time. But I thought he trained well last week in 2.8. He did his work well, but he'd never seen the starting gaiting today at all. And I said, well, yeah, just put him in to qualify. Put him in to qualify. I'm sure he'll be fine. And he was. Well, I think I was at the quarter in 33 and a bit. Went a mile in 2.7. The track was kind of slow. The fractions didn't help. But I thought in the entire body of work, people are going to look at that and judge it and say, well, horse sucks. Went a mile in 2.7. No, not at all. This is a horse that had been training down as one of our, I don't want to say he was our top prospect, but he was in the mix all the time. Nice gait, did his work well today, and I felt the further we got into the mile, the stronger he actually got. I would suspect 2.7 will turn into 2.3 or 2.4 next week, and he'll be qualified for the Buckeye Series. It's just baby steps with this guy. And I was very, very happy with him. Now, at Trent, did I have to push to the front? No, I just wasn't taking anything for granted. I wanted an okay mile into him. Remember, this is literally 8 minutes after I just watched them go a mile in 2.7. That was red light. I said everybody's going through this red light, but it's not. So I'm on guard. I don't want to go a mile in 2.7 without Tron. We've already trained her in 2.5 twice. I want to go a mile in 2.2, 2.3. So I see them. They're, you know, these are all rookies too. They're all jostling and getting situated. I just kept trucking to the front. Half in 101 and 4, a mile in 2.2 and 2. She was awesome. Like very, very strong too. And this is such a nice filly. Dr. Rucker, you know, he picked her out. I had nothing, and then that's important too. I had nothing to do with this filly other than break her and train her down. I didn't pick her out. That was all Dr. Rucker. And for Russell, who ended up with 1%, we got to get you on the papers of this horse too. I never noticed that until I looked at the program page today. She'll requalify or race next week. And then, as I said to Dr. Rucker and everyone else, she'll be ready to go for Lexington. A very nice filly. Very, very nice filly. So I was happy with both rookies today. Head down the road. Chance of rain all day in Scioto. And as I drive down the road, it is, I think it's a 71, isn't it? Yeah. It poured rain off and on. And I mean poured rain off and on through little towns. I look down at my maps. I'm 24 minutes from Scioto, and it is a monsoon. Text Jason, I said, I guess they're just jogging to warm up because the radar looks ugly. And it wasn't just the rain, it was the actual radar looked bad too. I got there, stopped spitting as I turned onto the road. Not a drop of rain fell for the entire day. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, as I was on my way down the road, I got to watch the Meadows races. Now, I'm going to be completely truthful. I am right on probably the same keel as our partners, I'm sure, from the lack of congratulatory second place finish messages I got. Everybody just thought that she would go out and jog. Well, here's the thing. First off, I preach to everybody. Everybody has nice horses too, right? Every trainer, I'm sure, whether they announce it on YouTube or whether they just keep it in their hip pocket, everybody's got nice horses. And it seems like everybody's got a nice Poppy Rob Hanover. Losing this horse, if it in fact happens, will be... I'm literally going by the Little Brown Jug right now. Delaware County Fairgrounds, right now. Gotta slow down. I'm going to be looking at it for a while because there's a police station right here. Everybody has nice horses. Everyone. And that was pretty evident today. I thought we were doing right by the filly by putting her in the Stallion Series, and man, was I right. Now here's a filly. Let's just set the table. Trained down great. Qualified once in 2 minutes. Last half 56. Looked good. Then we sent her to Dr. Brown's. Now the withdrawal times on the medications used made sure that we could not race her last week. So we just schooled her. Schooled her in 58. Maybe 57 and 4. So now you're coming into a stake race off one qualifier 3 weeks prior, or 2.5, 3 weeks prior, and a schooler. Now, in years gone by, this would have been absolutely perfectly fine. But when you look at a horse that's already raced twice, like the winner, and all these horses that show big miles also, you could tell. You know, she looked good. Going to the half, you're like, she's probably going to win. Down the back stretch, probably going to win. Around the last turn, she got a little out of gear. Here comes a horse. Going to be a tussle. Come out of the last turn, the other horse jumped on her. Looked like she was all done and then fought back to get beat a quarter of a length. A good mile, but beaten. 54 and 3. You say to yourself, oh my dear God almighty. 54 and 3, you have to go in your first start to be competitive in a grassroots, a Stallion Series event. I don't know if you saw the other races. The Sire Stakes went 53 and 1, and then, oh yeah, by the way, the other Poppy Rob Hanover won by 10 lengths in 51. Yeah, 51. That would have just ripped the transmission right out of that filly today. My goodness. So as usual, Pennsylvania is a Shark Tank. It's a deep, deep, deep group, and you know, she's going to get her chance to tangle with these horses eventually. She is a little bumpy, is a little steppy, very green. Never really did her best work on the front end anyway, but what are you going to do at 4 to 5, 3 to 5? Everybody's just leaving the door wide open for you. Of course you're going to put her on the front. Everything went well today, and we get beat fair and square. But we'll race again, don't worry. And I hope this was a, you know, this is a a watershed moment for everybody looking at this division, saying, "Oh my God, I thought we had the best one," you know, because that always happens that way. And now we have a pretty good Stallion Series filly right now, and she has to improve also. She has to take this first start and learn from it, get stronger from it, and we have to help her foster that speed and that power. So we got a nice filly. That's great. Bad news is, a lot of other people have nice fillies too. One guy in particular, Steve Carter, and I would be remiss if I didn't say congratulations to that group. There's some old stable roots in there too. Brent and his partners. Congratulations, man. She looks like an absolute killer. We raced Kings County also. Now, Kings County, I think Timmy said after the race he thought his hobbles were a bit tight. I thought they were too, to be honest. They were in the same hole as they were last week, Tim said. But they did look a little tighter, which means he's looking to stretch out a little more and getting sounder and confident, which is frustrating because down the backstretch when he was kind of thrown up into neutral, Unbeatable Kemp, our old buddy, slid out in front of him and ended up second. Took our spot, the bugger. But Kings County raced good and finished fourth. So we're off to a pretty good day. Second and 54, first lifetime start. If you said, hey, here's the thing, your filly's going to pace 54 and 4, or 54 and 3, or first lifetime start, off having 57 and a piece. You okay with that? Any of you would say no? I don't think so. Everybody would be happy. And that's exactly what took place today. She got beat by a little more experienced filly that showed some speed. Remember, you can't just pop up, unless you're a freak, you can't just pop up and say, oh yeah, qualifying 2 minutes, oh, we're just going to go 53. It doesn't work that way. It takes a little bit of work. Today went a long way for the future of country dancing. Kings County was good. Now I get down to Scioto. I pull in, I'm happy. It doesn't appear that it's rained at Scioto. It's like they just put a dome around it for the day. Irresistible Sun and Gypsy Hill both look like they have good shots. There are no walkovers. There's no gimmies. It's going to be a race, both of them. Born to Dance, who knows? We're hopeful. We'll see how that plays out. Go up the track with Irresistible Sun. I time the gate in and just pop them right out of there and make the front. Only 2 horses I got to beat on paper are sitting right behind me, the 8 and the 1. Irresistible Sun feels strong. 27 and a piece, 57 and a piece. I just let him out a bit down the backstretch. I don't want no Nap Nash popping another 3-hole and jumping on me quick. So I just let him out a little bit. Getting into the last turn, he grabs a bit and he wants to start rattling. I start to let him dance right in the middle of the turn, and I can hear Pete's horse go on the run. Oh darn. You never want it. I've had it happen. It sucks, but it didn't happen today. You know, Irresistible Sun at that point was just, should have been on cruise, and he was, and looked amazing. 54 and 3, new lifetime mark. The horse looked sparkling today and sharp as a tack. Man, he was good. Well, in the next race, in the polar opposite, Born to Dance feels like he's trying. He's just not good enough, and I hope you guys understand now. You paying attention? The other division went 150 flat. That's the Stallions. That's the Buckeye, the Grassroots, the B-level crew. Our division went 51 and a piece. The next one went 150 flat. So Born to Dance is confirmed what we already knew, that he's not a sire stake or a Buckeye horse, but he only joins the vast majority of the horses in Ohio that are also not Stallion Series or sire stake horses. Buckeye or sire stake horses. These aren't. So we'll continue to race him in the overnights, and when things start to get a little snug, he'll likely go up for sale, I would imagine. Nice horse. There's nothing wrong with having a pacer that can pace at 54 and 4. Nonetheless, you have to race against horses that can pace 51. Then it's a problem. Good news is we have a class where they go back to 54 and 4 and 55. That's where we're going. Now, Gypsy Hill come on the track. I don't know what I'm going to do. I plan on leaving. But the one thing you don't want to do with Gypsy is start shoving him around. Irresistible Sun blasted out of there on his own. That was all him. Gypsy, I don't know what he's going to do. This is a more tight-knit group. A couple of horses to watch in there. The 1 horse, obviously. The 7 horses taking money. I didn't notice the 7 that much in the program, but you would see him taking money throughout the post-parade. When I went around the first time, he was like 6-1. Going around the second time, he's like 4-1. By the time we went to the gate, I believe he was actually the favorite, and I was second favorite. So I got to watch him. We're coming off the car. The 7's leaving, I'm leaving. I can see some leaving from the inside. Now, when you're leaving from the inside, you want the 2-hole, right? You want to leave enough to make everybody take back. I'm not taking back anywhere. There's 0% chance I'm retreating at this point. The only horse I have to beat is about to be released to the front. That's not going to happen. So I just take back and get on his back, going around the first turn. You do all the work. Go ahead, clear to the front. Then we'll talk. He cleared to the front. I just let Gypsy roll up alongside of him, crossed over to the front, just let him do his work the rest of the way. He just overpowered them. He looked great. The horse that was sitting on my back got no closer, finished second. Gypsy and him both were and Sonny both raced great. Both raced very, very good. Have turned into methodical, mature, quick-gated, smart horses. Exactly what we want. You know, somebody said to me the other day, Jason was smart and picked up on this right away. They said, oh, you probably should race Gypsy and Sonny in a sire stake because you'd like to catch that consolation. It's exactly what I had echoed to Jason today. What about getting these horses in a sire stakes? And he says, haha. I just looked at that. He said, I was just talking to Kane Kaufman about that. And he said, there's only 5 horses racing in the sire stake right now. If you so much as step foot in the sire stake division right now, you are guaranteed a spot in the final. I don't want to race in the sire stake final against Burke's horse. I want to race in the Buckeye final. And the sire stake consolation. The problem is, there's not going to be a sire stake consolation the way things are. Remember, you have to have a full field, so you need at least 9 sire stake horses. Okay? There's 5 right now. So you need 4 more. And then you need at least, I'm going to say, 7 more to fill up a consolation. So you need 7 and 4. You need at least 11 more horses to race in the sire stakes. That's what you need. One less than that, and nothing happens. So Jason was right. Be careful. Because what they can do is make you race in the sire stake because you entered in it. And because you're one of the 9, you are forced to race in it. You can't enter in the Buckeye if you fit the sire stake final. So you have to race in the sire stake final because there's no consolation, and then you don't get to race in the Buckeye final because you raced in the sire stake final. You can race in both consolations. You can race in the sire stake consolation or the Buckeye final, but you cannot race in the sire stake final in the Buckeye anything. So be careful. So Jason was smart to pick up on that. You know, we're going back to the winner's circle. I talk about everybody and how hard they work. Here's Lauren, you know, taking a video of Gypsy coming back. And she works hard on those horses. And then we're coming out of the winner's circle, and I hear her say to the photographer, I want one of those. And I thought of 2 things right away. Really cares about the horses. Maybe we pay her too much money. But cares about the horses she takes care of. That's important. You know, you think, if you're a business owner out there of any kind, you know how hard it is to find people that care about your success, not just because they're employed by you, but because they want to see you succeed. And we have a number of people under our roof on both sides of the border that fit in that boat, and that is a rare and very impressive thing. So on July 4th, as I leave the United States, I'd like to take just a minute to thank all our employees. Most definitely Jason and Lauren, who were up this morning early and down to Scioto. They'll be back again Saturday night. And Jason and Joey, who went to the fair yesterday. Those extra miles, those extra days, those days at the fair, or the late nights at Scioto, or wherever, you know, there's people there. When we raced in the 13th within Greatest Ending the other night, Jason and Lauren were there. And they were at the burn long before I was the next day. So I'd like to take a moment to thank them. for all their hard work also, because we are having a tremendous summer thus far, and it's just started. And every ounce of success we've had to this point has been born from their labor. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh my God, I forgot Drebin's going to race soon. Anyway, I'll come back and give you another Drebin video if Drebby races good, but he's been racing great too, so I'm optimistic about that. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you had a wonderful, or having, it's only 6:30. I hope you're having a wonderful 4th of July. I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week. And for everybody going down to Scioto, I believe we're allowed to go up. Of course we are. We have 4 horses in the next generation. There's an owner's box. You guys were in there last year. If you were there last year with us, you know where it is, up top. And that box will be open to all the owners in the next generation, which you are. You're welcome to go up and get some free hors d'oeuvres and stay up there all night, I believe. Watch the races and bet, drink, and do whatever you want. And if you're after some good food, remember, old guy makes some pretty good pasta downstairs in the casino. It should be a wonderful weekend for us. Super excited about it, and today's racing just started it all off. So excited about the rest of the week. Excited about Drebin, who's going to race in about an hour, 45 minutes. But tomorrow, Manhattan Money, Rosetta, Green Glitter, Freedom Hill, all race Texan Soprano tomorrow night. I looked at the entries. On my way home, I'm going to sleep in our bed in Ontario. I'm going to get up. I'm going to train Chicago Hall. I'm going to qualify Century Legion. I'm going to get in the car. The girls have volunteered. They want to take back to the road. So Ava and Addie and I are going to take off to the Meadows. I should be there promptly for post time. I have 10 horses to drive tomorrow night. I start in the 3rd and I end in the 13th. That's going to be a long day. Told the girls we'll stay over at the Meadows and get a hotel room, go swimming. I don't know if we can go. Yeah, we can go swimming at night for a little while, and then look, we're in Marion, Ohio. I just left here yesterday and the day before. I am lost. I don't know where the hell I'm at. I'm on the right way though. I did not know this is where I was. Anyway, we're gonna get a room, do some swimming, wake up. Saturday morning, I need to be fresh for Saturday. We're going to race Blue Ventura in the pop-up series again. We are going to race Ready for Landing. Then we're going to take off before Patrick the Piranha races. And then Saturday night, our summer for the most part begins, doesn't it? So it should be a great week ahead, a great weekend. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your summer. And I hope to see you all Saturday night. Take care.